Hello and welcome everybody to Shadow Shiny Ho-Oh Raid Weekend, and our first raid of this video, not our first of the day, 2090. Oof, that is horrendous. We're going to be looking for 2207, smashing as many raids over the course of 2 days as possible. Let's see if we can find the Shadow Shiny Rainbow Bird. But first up, let's do a Shiny Circle check. 2, 1. Nothing but disappointment. So, Shadow Ho-Oh is actually very usable as a fire type, not only in raids, but also particularly the Master League. So definitely worth grinding for this one. I hope you did. Let me know in the comments below how your Ho-Oh raid weekend went. Of course, again, Shadow Legendaries, only in-person raid ability, which does lock a lot of people out of them, which I'm personally very, very strongly against. If there was remote capability, we'd be remote raiding people and inviting people, but Niantic say no. So while we're struggling to catch this Ho-Oh, I'm going to say, if you're new here, don't hesitate to throw a like down on this video, and do subscribe if you are new as well. I'd hugely appreciate the support. The last time we had a raid weekend was actually the tail end of the Halloween event, because there was a Team Rocket takeover, etc., with Shadow Shiny Lugia, and we did one raid, I think, and got the shiny. That was about it. So we didn't really go too hard on Lugia, because I'm not a fan of Lugia, but Ho-Oh I do like. A Mewtwo way back in 2023, 60 plus raids, we did get 2 shinies of it, but I wouldn't mind a grind for this one, so let's see. We do already have, from way back in 2021, from our very first Giovanni battle with Ho-Oh, we did get a 98 Shadow already, so if we're looking for the Shadow Hundo, ooh, that'd be good. Another Ho-Oh in the bin. It had Fire Blast on it. Is that going to dictate anything? 2155. Very bad. 3, 2, 1. Boop. Nope. I know we're not that many raids in at all yet. Still could be a long road ahead. Okay, can this be either good? 2142, so very much a no. It needs to sparkle. Easy trio with the gems, and the party power is not shining. Right, let's see. Will it sparkle? It's probably like raid number 6 or 7. I've honestly lost count. And 2160. It was quite nice to when we got the Shadow Mewtwo's. We got a couple of good IV ones in the bag straight away. So, can it be the Rainbow Shiny? Sadly not. This raid boss doesn't spawn very much, even though it's a raid weekend focused thing. Like, there's been 2-3 hours dead, no spawns for Ho-Oh at all, and it's not like all I can see. You can check Campfire and see as far as you want to, and see that you can't actually get to a raid, and then not many people are out today. That may be because of other things going on, but there should be a couple of people out tomorrow, hopefully. Let's get a shiny Ho-Oh, please. 2161, basically 1 CP higher than the previous. May it be the Rainbow Bird. Come on. Boom. No. This is only raid number 8 or so. Okay, another Ho-Oh with a coffee at the side. 2141. But could it just be Shadow Shiny for the completion? Bro, what do we think? No. It's not. Nobody's had a Shadow Shiny. A lot of raids done, not heard of a single person getting the Shadow Shiny here at Ealing. Really aren't very many today, and this is 2168. It's all very well having something for a raid weekend. If you don't make it spawn too much, it's really rather irritating, considering what other quality of raids there are around. The Shadow One-Stars are pretty meh at the moment. They could be better. No. I have a strong suspicion we're going to get this tomorrow, unfortunately, but if at all. That's always the worry, if at all. Okay, we'll come back onto another clip. I want to show Campfire, because this is always the problem with these raids, is the spawn rate of them. We've wandered over to Obelisk, Ealing Common for a Shadow 2113, ouch. Would be a Hundo Terrakion, but this is not that. So, or a Heatran actually.
Come on, be orange.
If it could be, then we'll nickname it Terrakion.
Nope.
Nobody's had a shiny. We've checked local groups. Shinies are an all-time low. Bad. While I struggle to catch this, I'm going to put a screen recording up on the side. If it's that side or that side, I forget. The spawn rate of this Ho-Oh is pathetic. You look at how many dead gyms there are on this, and I scoped the map on Campfire with everywhere that's sort of 30 to 40 minutes walk from where we were at the time on Ealing Green. And you go, but by the time you've got to one of the Ho-Ohs, the others have despawned. You can't feasibly do more than 1 or 2. Now there's a wave of them popping up, which means the only way we're going to have to do this is by breaking out the Mazda. That's literally the only way to do them. And even then, you're at the mercy of traffic, numbers of people who can do the raids. You know, it's poorly executed. It's poorly executed, and I think a cheap excuse for Niantic to try and push in-person raiding when the majority of people can't actually partake. Let me know in the comments below of your feelings, because I've heard quite a few tales of woe from A, the land down under, B, from around here, and I've seen a lot of accounts of people saying that they're not able to do these Shadow Raid weekends, and I think it's It's a real shame. If I look now, there's tons of them now spawning around, but if we go from where we are up here, we've just completed that Ho-Oh. Gunnersbury has one that's just hatched in, literally. That wasn't even on campfire when I checked 10 minutes ago. That egg has just appeared out of nowhere. There's one down there that's too far to walk to. This one we could conceivably get to, and there's a little run of them up here. There are 3 of them next to each other. There's one all the way down here, and there's one over here. But it's all very difficult to actually get around to do. So there's one local that we could wait to do. So I'm really hoping that tomorrow's a bit better. Genuinely, we could break out the master. I'm not even sure if we're going to be able to get any more raids in. You join me in the MX5. We've broken it out because the raids are all spawning too far away to walk. 2094. Oh my days, that's packed. Ouch.
Maybe it can be the shiny?
Probably. It's bad enough to be the shiny. So it's been a long time since being in the MX5 actually, but all the raids are too far away to walk to. So well done, Niantic. I am burning the planet to get this Shadow shiny. No. Come on the other phones. No. No, wow. Okay, we managed to just do this one. We got into the lobby with 20 seconds remaining and 21:01. I think that would be a Hundo Katana. Look at me remembering some 100% CPs. Didn't need to use Purified Gems. We got Party Power. Party Power is a good way to save those Purified Gems if you can be bothered. Please? No. Okay, right, come on. Northfield Station. Crams at the side of the road. 21:25. More importantly, it needs to be shiny. Well done, Francesco. Final strike. Please. No. Ho-Oh's usually quite nice to me, but not this time around, so there's no shiny there. No need to explain what's going on here. So, please, first of all, it's 21:51, under the glistening light of a street lamp. Come on. Shadow shiny. No. Bad indeed. Right, one more today. One more. You can see it's dark. It's actually gone dark now. Party play for the win. There we go. Right, please, don't mind what the IV is going to be. 21:47, oof. But maybe, just maybe, we could get a shiny. I want to total up how many raids we've done, because obviously it's meant to be a 1 in 20 or so ratio. I just find it very surprising that nobody here has had a shiny at all. So, no, nobody. All of today, nobody. The people we raided with briefly who are out today, no Shadow shiny. We managed to snipe one final one. Trio just about with Solar Beam on it, and 21:73 is probably the best we've had all day. It needs to be the golden rainbow bird, for crying out loud. Come on, as everybody who's delivering pizza is going past us. Come on. No, not Shadow shiny. No, and no. Day of nothing. Goodness me. Right, let's spool on through to tomorrow, shall we? Welcome to Sunday, and our very first Ho-Oh was a very tricky trio with Solar Beam. I did see 2190 on this one. This is a very good IV one, so let's see if it's gonna be not a Shadow shiny. But 2190 is only about 17 CP off of the Hundo, which means this could very well be a nice 15 attack 91 or so. I'm not holding out much hope because it's already 12:07, and there is a handful of people out for this one. And I don't know whether that's just because it's the Shadow raids, people have stuff to do on the weekend, even in a very big city, London. The number of people who are interested in raiding this thing over and over again is actually very small. I'd love to get the Shadow shiny, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And there's the catch. Let's see our IV scale. I'd be very interested to see if it's going to be a decent one. It's not going to be better than the 98 we already have, but it's a 91. If I jump over to Campfire, you can see the, shall I say, the extent of the issue. So there were lots and lots of raids dotted around. There's a few more starting to hatch, but it's... Oh, there's actually quite a few around, okay. It's kind of rinse and repeat. There's actually not too much Shadow Ho-Oh action going on. That's ending too soon. Fingers crossed, people. Let me know in the comments below if you've managed to nab that Shadow shiny Ho-Oh. Hey, the Wolverine. Check it out. Thank you very much for the Landorus raid. First one of the day. It's only my second shiny of this rotation. 27:45. Andrew Crow, Patreon Squad. Patreon Squad for the win. Thank you so much. It's only in for another 4 days or something like that, 3 days. We know it's dead, and we're going to try get to this Shadow Ho-Oh up here and sync up with people. I've lit a flare on Campfire, nobody's responded. That's the problem with Campfire, Niantic. If people don't use it, or don't tune in, or don't reveal where they're going to be, your whole concept's flawed. You're relying very heavily on people being in tune and actually wanting to share where they're going. Another Ho-Oh! Thankfully some people came through on Campfire, 21:30. Doesn't matter about those IVs, we need to see that sparkly Ho-Oh. I hope we don't crash out. There's been a lot of game crashing for me recently today. Maybe. Nope. Yesterday we managed to do 15 raids, so we're not even on the ratio of getting the shiny yet. Being a 1 in 20. This is raid number 17. One ball and catch, I love that. I'm worried there's so few people out, even here. It's a raid community and there are so few people who are bothered today. Let's try our luck with this one, shall we? 2170 something. I think 73. Not amazing, but if I can get that sparkly thing, be shiny. Raid number 18, no luck. Finally got another Ho-Oh check and 2174. Kind of mid, but if it goes sub 2100, it could be a real bad thing. But hey, so no shiny. Raid number 19, so we're almost at the ratio. Raid number 20, bring me the damn sparkles. And wow, 2103. But usually a bad sat one can mean a shiny. Maybe, please? No. Oh dear, maybe raid 21. Come on, give us something decent. Raid number 21. Well, 2113. Let me finish. Nope, no shiny. Raid 22. Let's see, it was a close one. 2140. As you know, I don't mind about the IV at this point. It'd be fun to get something good, but we are yet to see anything over 2190. So it was a quad, it was a close one. No gems and no shiny. We've nabbed a spot in a car. This is the only way that you're realistically going to be able to raid these damn things. 2173. Will it be shiny? There's not been much shiny luck across the whole of the people in raiding at all. Still no. Raid 24. Bust. Now, I'd quite like a shiny that we can name Tom's car, just for the sake of having it, so 2172. Come on. No. It has to happen. Nope. It has to happen. I have to have a shiny Ho-Oh named Tom's car. Oh, yes! There we go. Of course, the second worst IV one we've ever had is the shiny. I think that's about 26 raids, so not too bad all in all, but it does look absolutely fantastic as the Shadow shiny. So we have it in the bag. Now I name it Tom's car. I wanted it to happen. Fantastic, but we have a nice triple that we can go and do in Boston Manor. In the ball it goes.
Tom car shiny.
Tom car. I call it Tom Ho-Oh car. There we go. It looks very weird as a name, but we're rocking and rolling with it. Stats-wise, one of the worst you could get, definitely. Not the 666, that would have been hysterical, but it's in the bag. Boston Manor, we've got a nice triple down here with the sunset in the background. It is the rainbow Pokemon, I guess, after all. So, 2103. That's very annoying that the raid after the shiny was actually a Goku Bad 98, a 98 with 14 attack, which we're not going to purify to 100. We're going to keep it as a Shadow 98, because Ho-Oh I think is the 6th or 7th best fire type in the game with the Shadows and Megas included. Shiny! There we go, we got another one. So, a sandwich of 98. I'm dangerously near the pond.
You can go in the pond!
I sort of set myself up, didn't I, by putting on this little bit here anyway.
Yeah, you did.
But, so if I'd checked over there, we wouldn't have got the shiny. 2102. It's a 1 star. Come on, look. Party's ended, boys. Party's over. 98% in between two shinies. I don't believe it. I'm hoping they can get the shiny. If they can get the shiny, that'd be good. 2153. Kind of mid. Don't worry, I don't have the shiny. It's okay. Coming to end of the day, we've got this one more, and possibly final one over at Lamas. As you've seen, we managed to pick up a third shiny, which is amazing. This is 2146, but the good news, we managed to get Francesco his shiny at long last after about 38 raids or something, so ticked. Everybody in the car got their shiny, which is good. Penultimate raid of the weekend. Can we find 2155, something like that? Will it be shiny number 4? It's not, but 2151, okay. This is the bathing of some very orange light indeed, but this will be the final Ho-Oh. There is one hatching like 20 past 8 across the road from me, so we may go do that, but it'll be off camera because I have to edit. It's already nearly 8 o'clock, not shiny, and 2181 isn't actually too bad. It's not going to be a purified Hundo, I'm fairly confident, but let's get this caught and go and wrap up. Okay, I didn't expect this. We're doing a daily adventure incense, and first spawn is a Galarian Zapdos. Now, of course, I've got to consult the article. I want to see where that's going to sit. It's non-boosted, 2183 for Zapdos. I think it's nowhere, unfortunately. Oh my goodness, what a way to end the video, people. Come on, Golden Rouse, we're going to Ultra Ball it, and wait. Oh, was that a good throw? Come on, perfect, excellent. 1 roll, 2 roll. It's going to break out. It's going to go. Yeah, goodbye. Damn. I don't ever really do this, but I'm actually going to hit the Purify button to wrap up the Shadow Shiny Ho-Oh Raid weekend. This will purify, as you can see, to be a Hundo. I typically don't purify Hundos. We have 2 Shadow 98s of this thing, so don't come at me because it's bad IVs. Let's purify for 20k. This will be my second Hundo Ho-Oh. My very first Hundo Legendary was actually a Ho-Oh back in 2017. So as you can see, this will turn to 4-star goodness, and I'll say, let me know in the comments below how your raid weekend went. Boom, 4-star, 2759. Lovely to see it, even with return. We might put Sacred Fire onto that, but I never really purify legendaries because they're much better typically as shadows, but I've got 2 Shadow 98s of this thing, as I mentioned. Despite our very own good success, we got 3 shinies, as you can see, actually, which, you know, they got progressively kind of worse. They're all mid-tier. I do think these raid weekends, this Ho-Oh one and Lugia, were particularly badly done. Honestly, the Mewtwo raid weekend back in, what was it, June or July of 2023, that was vastly better done because there were boosted raids. The only way you could get this done is actually, even if you were in a city, car raid. Car raid was the only way to do this, and that in itself, I don't know why Niantic think this is actually a decent thing, but it actually excludes people, because once you have a group of people in the car has a finite number of seats, and that's it, you're done, unless you find somebody else who has another car to use. I had that scenario. I know I went around and did my own thing, but thankfully I bumped into a few people and could rope in some local people at various different locations. But there was a car of people going around, 4 people in, 4 seats maxed, can't join them. That was it. And even earlier with us, we had a car, max seats, even people who might have wanted to come and join us, so you had to sporadically do it. So Niantic, do better. When it's a 5-star Shadow Raid weekend, even if it's a one for Moltres and Zapdos, I'd say boost the Shadow 5-star Raid, particularly for these weekend ones where it's literally 2 days and that's it. There were so many dead spots. You probably saw my little screen record earlier in the video of how dead the gyms were at one given point. And I thought, why? It's a raid weekend. That's the title of it. But then Niantic think a week lasts for about 4 days, given Fashion Week 2023. That's my little piece on this. I do love Shadow Raid weekends. I really like the concept, which is, again, Niantic very poorly executed. So as I said, let me know in the comments below how you did on this raid weekend. I hope you got your Shadow Shiny, but I will say, and this kind of goes with everything in Pokemon Go, if you didn't get it, don't worry too much, because as is everything in this game, look at Community Day Pokemon and all of that, things in Pokemon Go that seem rare now become very easily obtainable later down the road. So I'd say give it a year or 2. We're very likely, I would say, to see a Shadow Mewtwo raid weekend again, perhaps in May or June time, I would guess, because there's no way they're going to jump from Ho-Oh to Kyogre. Kyogre's only just come to Giovanni battles, which you should have seen that video yesterday, so there's no way they're doing that, and they'll keep the birds in rotation for a long time. We've got the Johto Beasts as shadows to come to raids at some point in the future. Don't worry too much if you missed out on it this weekend. I know there are plenty of people who can't access these shadow raids, can't find the people, don't have a community, and it's a crying shame, and I think it would be really cool if you could allow remote invites into them. You've got 5 per day, why the hell not? Particularly for these limited ones. So, rambling on too much, I'm going to say if you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to throw a like down on that video, and please do subscribe if you are new. I'd hugely appreciate your support. And on the note of support, as always, the guys on the rolling credits, the Patreon squad, you guys are the reason this continues to be a possibility. Videos, the live streams, and the live event travel. And I want to say a big thank you to people who are new to the Patreon, people who've been donating through the SHundo supporters drive as well. You guys are making that trip possible and much easier to accomplish, and I really am truly grateful for all the support. We've got February coming in at some point, but again, I don't know what the news is like. We're probably gonna have to wait until Monday or Tuesday for the event drop for the month of February. So we do have Fungus Spotlight Hour, and that is a double dust Spotlight Hour on a Stardust boosted Pokemon. So Tuesday, 6 to 7 PM your local time, I'm going to be live streaming it. Come back to the channel for that. And then Wednesday's raid hour, I don't know what it is at this point, but I'm hoping it's something good. Whatever it is, I'm going to say, if you fancy joining for the mystery raid hour at this given point on the Wednesday, don't hesitate to drop a friend code and in-game name in the comments. It'd be great to have you join. A lot of people do it every week, and it's fantastic to see people coming back and hopefully get some shiny luck if it has a shiny potential. At this point, I'm not 100% sure, and then we have to see what February's going to bring to us. We know that the Lunar New Year event is starting next Monday, February the 5th, and that's bringing in Drampa, Shiny, but of course Chansey Community Day. Do come back to the channel for that one, because I've got a mad challenge in the works for that one. We should have a smashing group of people. We've got Chaz, Community Ambassador for Nantwich, who's coming down, and we'll have Vince around, Dell, and so many more people are surprisingly coming down for Chansey Community Day. I want a Hundo and a 1XLs, but I've got a stupid challenge in mind, so I'm going to say until the next time, do take care.